Check. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big hand to Ashish Joshi, CEO Classic Legends.
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to welcome you here on behalf of Classic Legends to this one-year celebration of our company. Our history is very close to our hearts at Classic Legends, and the resurrection of Java motorcycles and the brand last year is a testament to that. But hey, we're here to add a new chapter to that narrative, a chapter which is based on the principles of Zen, our legacy, and a certain brattishness which doesn't allow us to tread the safe path. Now, without further ado, I give you the three amigos, and I leave you to guess which one is the Zen, which one is the keeper of the legacy, and which one is the brat. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the three amigos.
So Ashish, I don't think there's any doubt about who the legacy is. There's just one Parsi up here amongst us. So this is the authentic legacy, thank you. And just because I'm not wearing a leather jacket doesn't mean I can't be a brat. So you're looking at a 64-year-old brat, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay! No. You can't steal my thing. You are the Zen. Can you hear me? Who's the brat? Who's the brat? Who's the brat?
You! Just one thing, this brat's got a soul. So a brat with a soul, give it up for Anupam! Yay!
You know, this feels like a movie to me. You know, right now something will come and a super will be there 1 year later. But frankly, what has changed? Yeah? Same guys. I still have a ponytail. This guy still looks dapper. Yeah, we be thoda handsome, eh? You know. So, to me, nothing has changed. Yeah.
What a year it's been, Anupam. I must say that, 1 year flew by. We've done so many activities, and I think the only way to kind of put it across is through a film. So can we have the film, please?
What should Mahendra be doing? Where should we be going? And he gave a one-word answer. He said Java.
The legacy is passed on, I guess.
Well, pardon my throat. I've just come back from Delhi. But you know, everything looks very nice on the screen. All of you know, all of you have heard, all of you have seen the tweets, what's happening about Java. So I do feel a little bad once in a while. You know, there are people who've been driving 100, 200, 300 kilometers to get their bike. So I wonder, did we do right? Should we have opened more dealerships? There have been some issues, and I wonder, could I have done better in terms of planning? Could I have made more capacity? We are sold out. We were sold out. We are still sold out. So sometimes I feel bad that maybe we didn't do justice. Maybe I didn't do justice to the brand in terms of planning.
Nah.
So that's so screen is all good. So that was a bit of a dampener for us this year.
Come on,
But
Anupam.
yeah, I wonder.
Come on, Anupam. I mean, if my dad was around today, I can say this with confidence. He'd be so proud of what we've done. We've kind of, in the last 1 year, rocked the roads with the Java. Java has actually ruled everyone's hearts out here and so many more people, right? I don't think you should be, I mean, there's nothing else we should be except happy.
The problem, Anupam, is that you are a very unreasonable man. And before you take offense at what I'm saying, let me quote an old English playwright. And I'm not quoting him, I'm going to paraphrase him. But what he said is that the reasonable man adapts to the world around him. The unreasonable man persists in trying to make the world adapt to him. But what that means is that all progress comes only from unreasonable men.
And you know something else?
That's
you know
a
something
rare,
else?
rare compliment. He doesn't give it easy, boss. Huh?
And something else that's happened is we've helped the Java ESD clubs, the Java ESD owners to kind of realize or come to the true potential, get the true potential of their motorcycles, and they've all become classics. Just the other day, I was driving down the street, and then when I was going down, I kind of saw one of the older ESDs, and I kind of rolled my window down, and I said, "Hey, buddy, that's a nice bike. Where can I get one? What do you think I'd have to shell out for one?" So he says, "You know what? If you're lucky and you were ready to put out 1,25,000, I'll try to get you one." I was like so happy. I mean, that was really amazing. And you know, this entire community that's been built around the Java ESDs right now, it's rock solid. You saw those bikes in Bangalore, right? I mean, there were like more than 1,000 of them in one place, and all those guys were just having such a lovely time. I think it's just superb.
I think what we really did was to figure out that the unreasonable part was that we had a 9-month waiting list.
Yeah.
That was an unreasonable outcome, and it comes from unreasonable men.
Yeah.
Thank
Anand,
you.
let me tell you, I even had my relatives asking me, when will I get my bike? I mean, we know you. So I say, hey, guys, you guys are in queue. And my wife's father was one of them.
Is he riding it, Perizad? Another unreasonable man, an unreasonable son-in-law.
No, I think this is also a right time to say that, yes, we were audacious. I did ask for a lot of unreasonable things, and I think my team is here. I remember we opened the bookings, and we were sold out. And now we had no dealers. Where do we sell these bikes from? So I actually went out to them and said, I need 100 dealers in 100 days. Now, that was really unreasonable on my part, but I must say, the team out there, a big hand for them. These guys gave me 100 dealers, less than 100 days, 85 cities, actually 110 dealers, and all of them set up with all the CSI, everything, the brand ethos, the bikes were there, the customers were there, the service centers was up. I think that was absolutely phenomenal. And I think also, we did, I think everything we touch, and I think that's a bit of serendipity, we did well. And we won a lot of awards. Now, I don't remember that. Probably Ashish, Ashish, are you there?
He's right there.
Okay, Ashish, do you want to sell all awards, or some awards for the...
Anupam, I'll have to read that out. Just give me 1 sec. All right. So here we go. So the first one, Java became Google's top trending bike in India for most searched scooters and motorcycles into 2018. Then our retail store design won an award at the ET Now Global Awards for excellence. Then we got another gold at the VMRD In-Store Asian Retail Design Awards. Then we received for our PR company, we received a gold for our PR, gold in the Campaign India PR Awards. The launch of Java also won gold for Best Launch Activation at the IBEX Global Awards 2019.
Hey, Owen.
And
But
Rohit,
Ashish, out of all of those, there was one word, design.
design.
We won an award for design, and permit an old man to go into a little bit of reverie, about design. And just last year in Milan, we had our annual Mahindra Group Leadership Conference, and we went there because we bought the design firm Pininfarina. And my message was that whatever I've learned in my career is that if you truly want to battle a volatile, unpredictable environment, and you know how it is, people are saying companies are not going to last for as long as they did, everything is fragile. But if you want to build an anti-fragile company, you have to do one of two things, and maybe both. You have to provide a service or a product which is something which has meaning. So a thing that has meaning and purpose. People want purpose. Or, and maybe both, you have to design something that is a thing of beauty. Because I don't care what happens, whether you're a unicorn, a startup, an old line industrial company, the one thing that's going to keep you alive is a thing of beauty. Nobody's going to resist that. And what I loved was, Ashish, all the social media that we got, and I went through all of it, one thing was unambiguous. Everybody said, these bikes are stunning. They're beauties. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I must add out here, the bikes are beautiful, everyone knows, but those of us that went on the IBEX trail, I got my friend right here riding like crazy. Anand, we rode up in those mountains, we rode, where there were arid deserts, we rode through water right there, we rode where there were no roads, we rode through boulders, and I rode with the mules out there, the wild mules. The bikes were just fabulous. They just performed beautifully. I mean, the bikes just went on and on and on. It was the riders that had to take a break, whether to take a coffee break or, just stop for lunch. But the bikes were just going at it. It was such a pleasure. I was riding after so many years, and I was just having a blast. It was just beautiful. Can we just play the IBEX Trail movie to show everybody what we did out there?
When my team told me that they want to come to Leh, my call was no way. For me, Ladakh was a no-go. Then we restarted again. We thought, if we have to come, then how? What we want to do is bike by bike, ride by ride, how much we can give back.
Which is why to establish the Java Nomads concept, whereby when you travel responsibly. It's a small start, but every step leads you forward to what can be achieved if all of us would work together on this.
So I would say, I would measure the success of this company by how much we were able to give back.
जब आप आए तो आपने बोला कि ये जो रीजन है उसको आप बिल्कुल बारीकी से देखना चाहते हैं और वो जानना चाहते हैं कि यहाँ पे किस तरह की मदद लोगों को दी जा सकती है और मैं मौका अपने हाथ से गंवाना नहीं चाहता।
I have come here after a very long time, but I think I made a mistake not coming here for so long.
Sometimes you find yourself in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes in the middle of nowhere you find yourself. It's so peaceful to kind of get a break and be up here. It's really lovely.
It's actually a damn good life, yeah. Coming here and herding sheep and going to sleep, looking at the stars. What an awesome life.
I think this is a mystic land. It's so beautiful. The food, the music, the people. I never realized the different regions, the different cultures, the similarities and the differences, the layers. This is magic happening in front of you in our lifetimes. I hope this stays like this.
As a person from this region, I invite everybody to come and experience Ladakh and probably respect that in this world there could be people who could be living different lives, living in different realities than yours. That would be nomadic in the true sense.
If we can create awareness talking to more people, taking more people with us, exploring new cultures, living new experiences, giving a helping hand if we can, and taking back only memories. That's what makes us truly happy. And I think this is the start of a beautiful journey for all the Java family.
You know, I just want to mention out here on this ride, Anand, you don't know, but there was a mad Sardar. Actually, that doesn't go well. There was a Sardar with us. Monty, can I have you here, please? Monty had a broken hand, and he still rode. It was his right hand. It was broken. These two bones were broken, and he'd not tell us through the ride. On the last day,
I wouldn't have let him ride. If they would have told me there's a guy coming, that also a Sardar, with a broken hand.
what do you mean that also a Sardar? A Sardar?
I can say it, you can't.
Oh boy, it was brilliant. And you know, where's Monty? Monty, I want everyone to see you. I want everyone to see this madman. I mean, this man, my dear friend, who's got a heart of gold, and he rode out there through that entire 3 or 4 days with us. And you want to show us your hand? You know.
So I had a rod in here, and I had promised Baman I couldn't say no to him. So we meet at the airport. 4 o'clock flight. I show up there at 1:32, and he's just staring at me. Monty, you can't. You're not coming. But I didn't take no for an answer, and I went for it.
Crazy. Thank you, Monty. Fantastic. But you know, that ride was so beautiful. I remember, you know, just feeling the exhilaration, just sitting on that bike after so many years.
He fell off the bike, by the way.
Oh, come on. I fell off the bike.
Showing off.
Do you try riding? I mean, you try taking over the pilot every single time. Udit out here was the pilot, and he kept on telling me, hey, guys, you know, Baman's got to be controlled. Someone's got to tell Baman to ride behind. I said, yeah, try it. But anyway, so when you ride through all of that stuff, right, you will get a fall or two.
This is all bullshit. So he's riding, right? And whenever he sees a puddle of water or a stream, you know, it's like a kid in the candy shop. He actually accelerates. I'm like, dude, we don't know. There is no pilot. Normally what happens, the pilot goes in front and he tells you 3 feet deep, 2 feet deep, boulder here, boulder there. And there is this mad Baba, I see water riding behind him. I will try 5-10 meters behind him because I have to be behind him. Otherwise his ego goes up and he starts racing faster. So I'm like riding behind him, and then the stream comes, actually a big one, right? So I'm like, okay, dude, now let's see what you do. And trust me, this bugger just zipped up. And then he goes, and it was deeper than what it should have been. So the bike goes down, and I can see, so it's knee deep, his knees are in, and he comes up with a thud, and I can see a boulder in front. I was like, right jayega ki left jayega? But upar aake kya karega? And trust him, he just comes up, goes over the boulder, goes flying away. And I had to take a call whether I go right or left, and no chance. So I just took one direction, left. And Baman is there, his bike is there. So I went over his bike, thankfully not over him. And I just throw my bike and I go to him, pick him up, and I pat him, do the biker pat, figure out everything okay. And the first thing this bugger says, yaar, meri bike toot gayi. I was like, tu theek hai? Yaar, uska gear teda ho gaya. I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? And true to him, he just gets up. We just knock the thing and nobody there because we have the pilots behind us. So we are at probably half an hour ahead of everybody. He just picks the bike. We just knock it with a stone. We sit on the bike and off we go again. And riding like, it's not that he slowed down after that. He was a bigger maniac after that. It's like, I'm now wearing a badge, I can fall and get up again kind of stuff.
Guys, you know, riding is just in my blood, I can tell you that. And I keep telling people, maybe I was riding before I could walk. But anyway, having said that, what really resonated on this trip was making a connect with, you know, the nomads out there, the guys who rear these Pashmina sheep, right? And they live in such abject poverty conditions that it's unbelievable. Connecting with the army, those guys out there really do so much for us. I just, you know, must tell you that it really, how do I say this, warmed the cockles of our hearts to see that Java was kind of connecting with all of these people, carrying out everything that we could at least get information from them about what could be done. And I must say, Anupam, great job out there. Fantastic teamwork. Beautiful. I'm sure the results will be seen in time to come. But we made some great memories out there. Thank you.
No, I agree. And I also think that, you know, this macho biker vibe which everybody gives, of course we are macho. But I also think that there is a new definition. There is a new biker code which is emerging. I think the new biker, the big biker, is actually a little bit more witty, a little bit more exposed. So I think the new biker code has to have these terminologies. You know, he is more sensitive, he is more giving. He's not afraid of wearing his heart on his shoulder, right? At the same time, give back. So to my mind, and I'll tell you more about the IBEX Trail Pro during the evening, and I don't want to bore you more, but I think it was such a beautiful feeling which we had there. And
I think the word you use that I want to pick up on, Anupam, is the giving back. And what makes me very happy, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the newest ventures that comes under the Mahindra investment umbrella, but you're very aligned to what is our core purpose, and that stands for RISE, one word, which is about driving positive change. And just the other day, 2 days ago, we had our annual Mahindra RISE Awards, and what we measure and what we reward there was not the size of your profits, the size of your balance sheet, but the size of your heart. How much did you give back? How much did you share of the value you created? Because we are very convinced, and I think it's obvious right now that if you want to survive in the long run, it's going to be about your heart and not about your head. So thank you for doing what you did.
so yes, great year. We got bashed up on the internet a bit, but you know, it all works. So today, you don't know on internet, you know, there's a very thin line between, I would say, malice and complaint. You can't figure it out. Normally we say, I can see you and read your body language and tone and tonality and figure out what are you saying. But today on the social, you don't. But I think this Forever Ride got it all back. And we have connected with the hearts of the people. And I think we're very happy. Yeah.
Here's to great riding times then.
If you're going to give a toast, I don't think a toast would be appropriate since we don't want to promote drinking and riding, but maybe just a thumbs up, a toast to both of you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here.
And what's next after this now, Anupam?
So yeah, you guys are here. Actually, today we launched a new bike, Perak, which you guys can see. Yeah, there are two up there, and I think there is one more somewhere.
In the back.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell you what Perak is, without taking much of that. So see what Perak is, then we're going to tell you what happens next.
Nazi Germany had an iron grip over the capital city of Prague in the 1940s, and it was around this time that the rumor started of a man dressed in black that moved in the shadows. We do not know his identity. Even the resistance had no idea, although it was clear that they had found a new icon in a man who was later known to be called Perak. This blurry figure gave the people of Prague self-belief and helped them garner their strength at a time it was needed most. The German troops tried to capture Stock and fire at him, but it made no difference. A bullet was a trivial thing to Perak. On the night of 8th May 1945, when the ceasefire was ordered at the end of World War II, a familiar figure was said to have been seen riding a motorcycle out of Prague in the opposite direction of the Red Army, letting loose a whistle that rang through the streets of Prague as he rode into the night. The world is still waiting for the day he's going to drive back in.
So that's a history of Perak for you.
So the words that come to mind when I look at that: dark, he rode out of the dark, stealth, vigilante, so there has to be another unreasonable story behind that as well, right?
Yeah, so I think this is the time where I tell you how this Perak happened. So if you look at it, you know, when we made the Java and the Java 42, the bike was done. I was very happy with the bike. It was, I think, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning. I was going back to my hotel in Pune, and I said, listen, this is a beautiful bike, but can you do me a favor? When everything is done and dusted, make me a bobber, right? Make me the bike I like. I want a single-seater. I like to ride alone. Make it dark, brushed aluminum. Make it a little longer if you can, with longer swing arms. Give it a monoshock, you know. And, you know, the next day morning when I came for my review, these boys had worked all night in stealth like a Perak, and they made a bobber for me. And I have to tell you, one of those guys is in the crowd today, the guy who designed this. He's a young kid from Bombay. His name is Shell. Shell, I don't know whether you are here. Raise your hand for that. Hey,
Come on,
Shell.
show yourself, man.
Shell,
Yeah?
you want to come up? Let everybody. So this is the guy who actually worked with our designer.
Hey, come on, guys. A big round of
Big round for Shell. Anand, this is Shell, guys. Shell, you want to say a few words?
Yeah, I mean, this feels great. It's amazing to see something that you've designed and worked so hard, to build it day in and day out. You spend so many hours behind the design and fabrication bits and deciding on the paint and the finish. It's just amazing to see this, standing up there, coming,
Are you going to write it soon?
Absolutely.
It was a big year for him. He actually had a daughter last year and he designed the Perak, which got selected by us to be launched. So good
Yeah,
one,
so
Shell.
I mean, it's really special. My daughter turned 1 this year, and so did Java. So it's really, really special.
Thank you, Shell. So here you go, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome to the dark, and we're going to show you the film of Perak, which is what we're going to do for the launch. So please see that.
This is my world. Far away from the blinding lights, miles away from an open sign, hours away from the morning light. The darkness may not look like much, but there's much to see. It's more than just the shade of the sky. It's a feeling that lives inside, where the chatter goes to sleep and the opinions go to bed. All that's left is a low hum. It really clears my head. The darkness, it washes over me as I ride beside it. It fills up my lungs. It courses through my veins until I feel whole again. Because only in the dead of the night do I truly feel alive.
There you go. All right, so you've seen the dark. You guys want to wear the dark? Want to wear the dark? Yes. All right, get ready to wear the dark.
Rumors spreading round in that Texas town about the shack outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls.
Get it for them. All right, guys, so Perak comes with a range of jackets. We are launching 3 jackets, and who better to talk about it? You know who was the designer here? Anybody? Arjun! Arjun, get up, Arjun. I can't see you, buddy, wherever you are. All right. Arjun, grab a mic, buddy. So before I tell you a few more surprises, you know, we were looking at the accessory range. We're launching 3. We're launching performance-based, we're launching regulatory, and we're launching lifestyle. So this is the lifestyle accessories you guys see here. And I had to choose a designer. And we saw many, and they were popping out of everywhere, wanted to do something for us. And then I said, let me go to this dude. Let me figure it out. He's keen. So I go to his workshop, and he's surrounded by bikes, old cameras. I walk in and he tells me about his 1957 BSA. He had this bike, he had that bike. Long story short, I said, yeah, this guy probably has the vibe. And I said, I'm going to give you a tank of a bike, and you need to design a jacket for me looking at that tank. I gave him the tank. Is your wife here, Shefali here, right? So I heard that he used to sleep with the tank for 3 days before he designed the jacket. So I'm not going to say more.
Honestly, the truth. Yeah? I wanted more than the tank. I wanted the bike as well. I'm still sleeping with the tank. That's all I have. Nothing else. And my inspiration came from the tank. So can you imagine what I could do with that bike? Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to Java.
Well, okay, so we'll start the party. Do you want to say something about else, or are we good with you? You want to talk about it? You have a chance. One chance you have.
One chance in my life.
Go.
I love you, Anupam. Thanks for the chance.
Man.
But anyway, I think they speak for themselves, and it's come alive in those 3 jackets. And thank you, boys. Thanks for a fantastic walk, and thanks, Aquin. Thanks, everybody. I still don't own a Java. When do I get to ride one of these?
Get in a line, buddy.
Okay, guys. Welcome, and thanks for coming.
Thank you, guys. Go on with the party. We're going to have a few drinks. There are a few more surprises. We have a graffiti artist. We have a lady who's doing the tank, both hand painting and airbrush. Malika, raise your hand. So we're going to have a tank painting going on. We have some lovely graffiti going on. And after we are done, probably we'll try to figure out to auction it to make sure we do something back for our forever drive. But I'll let you know the details later. So now, go on, enjoy. Thank you so much for coming. Love you guys.